Welcome to Finding Monster Right, the show about finding monsters. Right?
Right. My name is Adam.
And my name is...
Uh-oh, I hear a strange sound coming from the woods nearby. Better go out there with my flashlight or cellular phone light.
Because today's topic is Slender Man. In today's episode, Dressed to Kill. Slender Man and his inexplicable threads.
I would like to say that I would like to apologize for my anachronism. No one would say cellular phone in the era of Slenderman.
No one would say threads in that era either.
No, that era is very recent.
Right. I'm wearing my 3 Wolf Moon shirt as long as we're chasing internet trends from the early 2010s.
Yes, Slenderman, as a monster, was born in the digital age. As early as
2009.
Yep, that's the year. June 10th, 2009. So me and Slenderman share a birthday.
I wanted to get into this, and I wanted to maybe save this for later, but Adam, what's your gender?
Male is how I identify.
Yep. And you're over the age of 18?
Correct.
And would you describe your physique as particularly hefty, or perhaps not?
I am a slender man. You're correct.
Are you also familiar with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein?
I'm familiar.
In which the creature's name is identified only ever in a metaphorical sense as Adam. And he is created by Victor Frankenstein with a surge of electricity. The creator of Slenderman being named Victor Surge. My point is, Adam, you're Slenderman.
Oh no.
You are Slenderman.
That makes way too much sense. I follow too many conspiracy theories to rule this out.
Oh my god, you do follow so many conspiracy theories? Do you keep talking about the path through the woods by the pond? Like...
Wow, I did not realize this is going to be our shortest episode ever because we can't go from here.
Okay, so
I guess I have to identify my clothing senses here, which honestly a lot of neutral colors.
A lot of neutral colors. You always wear 2 shirts. Slenderman always has a shirt and jacket. Oh my god.
I wear 2 shirts, neutral colors, lots of grays.
You only have 2 tentacles coming out of your shoulders, though.
Oh, that is where we differ, so.
Yeah, okay, so maybe it's okay. Whew.
That's an uncomfortable number of connections for me. That's more than I have about, like, Punxsutawney Phil. Which is...
We'll get into that.
Another time.
That counts as a monster, and we're doing an episode about it later. Anyway, Slenderman was created as a creepy photo contest entry on the Something Awful forums on June 10th, 2009. By a man named Eric Knudsen, username Victor Surge. He is a very tall, thin, faceless man,
but however, dressed to the tens.
Dressed to the tens. Like, he has these long, gangly, inhuman limbs, and he has got tentacles that come out of his back, and he steals children and that sort of thing. And he shows up in the back of photos and looks all creepy and stuff. And he's wearing a full 3-piece suit.
Yep.
And my question is, why is he wearing a suit? Not like, let's be honest, not like, why did Eric Knudsen give him a suit when he decided to create him? Because that's too meta for this show. No. Slenderman's real. Okay? He just showed up in our opening. And I want to know why he decided to wear a suit.
Yes. Could it be I don't think the format of this episode is just going to be like, is it a this? Is it a that? Just nonstop questions. But my first thought was, like, job interview.
Oh, yeah.
Is he, like, dressing for the job that he wants, not the job that he has?
What is the job that he wants?
Well, he always shows up in the back of photos. So he always has an interest. Does he, like, want to be a photographer?
He wants to be a fashion model. For the big and tall store.
Oh, just tall. I will tell you, I have gone into a big and tall store with my physique, and I was promptly kicked out.
It is only for the John Goodmans of the world.
Yes. That is a true story.
Really? You were dismissed?
At the outlets, I went into a big and tall store, not recognizing the name. I think it was like end of high school age. So like my same physique, but like 15 pounds lighter. And that the guy's like, he's like, hey, you buying something here for your dad? And I'm like, nope.
Is your dad fat, little boy? Said the man.
No, he's like, because it wasn't called big and tall. It had some different name, some code name to it. And he's like, he just explained very simply. He's like, this is a big and tall store. And I was like, oh. And there was a pause where I'm just like, well, he knows I don't want to shop here, so I should leave, right? Because I don't want to be here either. But technically, I guess I could have stayed, but there was an impasse. But enough about that. We need to go with a more Slender direction. Yes. The job that he wants, a fashion model.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's abducting children, is because he wants the kids to tell him, like, where, like, he thinks the kids, they're into these magazines now, and he wants the kids to tell him where the magazines come from.
I can't say I know a lot about the model culture and stuff like that, but I think he has, like, the proper physique. Like height's a thing, but also, like, trim. So he's got it good. However, I don't know if he's got, like, the stride. I don't know if he can, like, vogue properly.
Oh my god.
He's always just there with his arms on his side.
No. You could vogue amazingly with tentacles. Are you kidding? That's extra voguing.
Right, I guess I was thinking of his mundane limbs.
Between the two of us, only one of us has vogued in the mirror before.
Correct. And I'll say that my experience with it is just as frightening as Slender Man's would be.
I have an alternate theory that I came up with as to why Slender Man's wearing a suit.
Yes?
And that is a theory inspired by one young Rin Nilo, changeling moon druid to the stars.
Okay.
So Rin Nilo is my D&D character who is a changeling. They change shape. They can change appearance at will. It's great. It's a fun gimmick. And what they can't change is their clothes. Unlike a lot of fictional shapeshifters that inexplicably grow glasses or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So when Rin gets a new outfit, the outfit kind of defines the personality. Like, we had to go to a wedding to guard some princesses that were getting married. It's a very good game. Mm-hmm. And Rin just went into a tailor and was like, I need a suit, surprise me. And then just matched whatever proportions the tailor made.
I see what you're saying. So perhaps Slenderman ordered a nice suit for a good occasion, but the tailor was, like, bad at their job.
Yeah, and so he just stretched out. But also, that suit that Rin wore for that wedding did define their personality for that mission, where they turned into a Rin that was maybe a little flirtier than normal. I don't know why the suit in fiction gave me such confidence, but it did. And I think that much in the same way, Slender Man is a shapeless kind of entity, and this suit defines him. He is kind of the suit, in a way.
I think that makes sense. If you took away the suit, it'd just be this, lanky figure.
Right,
yeah. It'd just be this... He doesn't have a face. I want to make sure that that's clear. It's just kind of like a white head. Well, no ears, no nothing like that.
No, yeah. It's like a morph suit thing. Is Slenderman ever not wearing the suit, though? Because I think he might not even look humanoid without the suit. I think he's just kind of a mist or a concept or something. I'm going to just check. I'm going to Google Slenderman, no clothes.
Yeah, make sure you turn off safe search.
I will, because nothing about Slenderman's safe.
Right. You can't, if you look up Slenderman with safe search on, you will not see anything.
Right. No, I am not seeing any depiction of Slenderman with no clothes on.
Okay, so looking through all the images of Slenderman, I do want to say that the worst part about him, the thing I find most unsettling, is his fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because not only are his limbs long, those fingers are real, like, Nosferatu-y, and I do not like them at all.
Honestly, it's the little things, you know?
Well, right now I'm just thinking about that. If that has anything to do with how his suits are built. Because imagine if you, say, had to wear a suit, but you couldn't bend your elbow.
Mm.
That would influence how it's designed. All of a sudden it'd have maybe a very large back portion to it, so you can loop it around and be baggy on the inside. Maybe that has led to the big old long sleeves.
Hmm.
He's nervous about his fingers, and he wants to try and hide them.
Oh, I see. He's trying to cover up the long fingers with long sleeves and long tentacles and long everything.
Yes, but perhaps if he requested that the tailor makes them stupid long,
specifically legs. Okay, continue.
So that only his fingertips would be showing.
Mm.
But the tailor didn't do a good job, and he's just trying his best now.
Wait, fingertips. Are you saying that the fingers go all the way up to the shoulder?
I'm not saying that.
That's just saying a horrible thing to think about. Why would you say that?
I don't know. I think that's his personal problem area, and he's just doing his best to dress to distract from it.
Dress for the corporeal form you want.
Yeah. As in, hey, if my arms look really long, maybe people won't notice my fingers.
There's also. Do you want to talk about? A connection from mid-2000s Cartoon Network series?
Yes, I was not the one to first point this out. I think that was Tim Kish on Reasonable Beef. But yeah, and probably not the first one from there. But the show, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, has a character named Nurgle, who's a demon from the underworld, who definitely an inspiration for the Slenderman design, I'd say, because not only is he kind of trim and stuff like that, always wears a suit, 4 tentacles coming out of his back, and yeah, from the kind of right before this era. That said, I saw references on the Wikipedia page that also talk about, H.P. Lovecraft has some play in this, but that's definitely Aughts Cartoon Network design is definitely apparent here.
I think too many things are described as Lovecraftian.
I agree with that entirely.
I think that H.P. Lovecraft is not as influential, I want to say, as... Well, it's not that these things aren't... It's not that, nobody's ever read H.P. Lovecraft or something, or that he's had no influence. It's that I think at this point it is so many stages derived from Lovecraft that to call it Lovecraftian is weird.
Yeah, I could see that. I had a similar feeling about the phrase, when there's a political conspiracy or something like that, people just tag gate on the end of it, like Watergate. So
that's fair.
But oftentimes the scope and the way that some of these are described, I'm like, all right, when does Watergate stop being the metric that we use? When does something override that naming convention?
Boy, do I have good news for you?
Yeah.
Oh boy,
I think we're getting closer.
Come on, just a little closer.
Now, I do want to say that there's another name for the Slenderman. Did you mark this down?
I did not. Sorry, my head's still on my desk. I hate 2020 so bad. All right, go ahead.
It's a tough year.
This year fucking sucks.
I think it might be because of Slenderman 2019.
It might be because of Slenderman 2019. And also,
yeah.
I want to point this out. This is our first episode since we went live.
Surprise! You've been hearing the past.
You've been hearing the past. We're recording this in mid-June. This is going to go up in August, late August, the 30th, I believe, or thereabouts. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, if it's gotten worse, don't blame me. Or what if it suddenly turned around and got better?
It's possible.
I mean, let me find some fucking wood to knock on. Oh no, that's wood where Slenderman lives. I can't. No, I gotta find other ones.
Slenderman has also been referred to as the Operator.
And he doesn't really have a lot of texture to his skin.
No, you're right.
Would you call him a smooth operator?
Oh, okay, right. Yes, he's a smooth operator. But I have no idea what that name refers to. I didn't really do homework on this, but I'm curious if what's he supposed to operate?
I think it might be like a phone thing.
No,
that doesn't make sense for like a modern.
Well, someone might call it like an error of some kind. I'm not sure here.
I think it might be like a Men in Black thing, like operative.
That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Men in Black. That's an interesting connection here.
Here come the Men in Black.
Well, yeah, but before the the classic 2000 movie and spin-off franchise, the Men in Black were known in the conspiracy world as suited gentlemen, or suited figures, I should say, that show up, perhaps even alien in nature, when weird shit goes down, to perhaps cover up the scene. It became very clearly and defined alien by the movie and stuff like that. But however, it's weird because Slenderman looks like something the Men in Black would show up to, hide. But he is dressed exactly like them.
Like who?
Like the Men in Black.
That reminds me. And today's topic is Slender Man. Wait. What's going? I'm sorry. I need to get a glass of water. Keep doing the episode. I'll be fine.
Okay.
I think I've been neuralized.
Oh.
They keep doing this. I don't know how they get into my house.
Yeah, when this is when we record, I don't know when you do the I've been neuralized bit. It sounds like silence to me.
It's not a bit, it's real life. There's Men in Black people and they live in my house. Oh, wait. Am I the Men in Black? Am I the Men in Black International?
What I'm saying is that if Slenderman is some kind of amorphous shape changer, as you described, perhaps they had a run in an encounter with the Men in Black. Or perhaps they had dispersed of one and took on its form. Yeah, they got into that classic... I call it a sitcom scenario, but just in any kind of fiction scenario when you have to knock out a guard and dress as them.
I thought this was like the Santa Claus thing.
Oh, when you kill a Men in Black, if you put on the suit, you get their powers?
Yes. He's a shapeless energy being who's in the market for a suit. Lo and behold, here's someone who is posing a threat to him, also wearing a solid Armani.
Well, honestly, none of his features are a little different to that, the teleporting stuff like that and the nosebleeds. But honestly, if you can tie that kind of neuralizer thing to it. They both have the same principle of, hey, you don't exactly know what's going on. Hey, there's some paranoia, difficulties, but I digress. Do you have any other theories about what could be going on here? Why Slenderman wants to always look, A+. Slenderman it's time for the sexiest funeral ever.
I kind of want to ask, what is his tailor like? Who made the suit for him?
Okay, and because he doesn't talk, right? Slenderman is a silent character.
I think once in a while he does in a telepathy way. It depends on the story. This is the great thing about Slenderman that I like so much, is how collaborative he is, which actually is kind of Lovecraftian, because there was a whole community of writers writing in that kind of vein of things. But he's what I like about it is that you can kind of trace this monster from its origin all the way to the present day, and every different iteration is somewhere on the internet for you to find. It's
true.
It's like a case. It's like a Platonic ideal case study in folklorism.
Absolutely.
Folkloristry. For some reason, folklorism didn't make sense in my brain.
Yeah, but so I imagine a tailor in his shop, just doing his day, and he's just working on a suit, and as he goes to cut the sleeve, he just like telepathy hears the message, "No, longer, longer," because I think if a tailor got this request, he would say, "What? I can't. No, no, no one's arms are like that."
And then you die from some kind of tentacle, and then he moves on to the next tailor.
So lots of capturing kids, which is very creepy.
Yeah, no, that's very bad. I mean, I think maybe we should bring in a segment about.
I think perfect.
It's a segment that I introduce, but you host consistently so far, and it's about how good a monster is in a family environment, and it's called Adam's Family Values. Get it?
All right, so yes, I think every time you mention the segment, you say "get it."
I think that's
Like,
I think that's my bridge from like that's where I put the music right in the middle there.
Okay,
my
got it.
off-brand Adam's Family theme that I put in that I made on Google like fucking too stupid for GarageBand music maker.com.
Okay, so in a family environment, you want Slenderman seems like the kind of person that could take care of your kids for like a weekend, but hopefully you get them back, right? Let me put it this way: is he more of a weekend uncle, or like a stay at my house for the whole summer uncle?
I don't know if the stay at my house for the whole summer uncle is even an extant species anymore.
Oh yeah, you think so?
I don't think. Do you know anyone who stayed with their uncle for a whole summer that wasn't like dead by 1875?
Might be a little more like rural than us, even.
That's true.
But
I live.
and also,
I live right like one cul-de-sac down from a corn farm. My environs in which I was raised are somewhere between suburban and rural. It's a weird mix.
yeah, I agree. However, I think maybe if younger kids, I remember an era when but no, I think parents are more hands on now more than ever. It'd be weird for like, all right, important year of your kid's life, goodbye. But people still do like camp and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, would Slenderman be good to take camping?
Oh,
here's my thing. I think there's got to be stories about him being immune to bullets and stuff, right?
I think so, yes.
That means there's got to be stories about him being immune to fire. I think originally some of the original Slenderman records were destroyed in a fire in fiction in that first June 10th, 2009 post.
Okay.
I think Slenderman might be immune to fire, in which case you can use his tentacles to roast marshmallows. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Long walk. Good thing I got long legs.
What I think I'm getting at is that, and first of all, this might be a separate segment, but Slender would be a great camp counselor.
That's a family-ish environment. It's working with kids, basically.
Yeah. He's because he's always on the watch. Mm-hmm. Like you can't really run off and do like bad stuff in the woods because he'll be around. I was thinking maybe like an older sibling or like an older cousin situation, where it's like, he's a couple grades above you.
Adam?
Yes.
You're my older cousin.
That's correct.
Okay, just checking.
Yes, if we were in an environment where both of us went to camp, I would be like the counselor, and I would, be teleporting in the woods.
Right. You mentioned like last episode that you shadow stepped around?
Are you?
You are Slenderman. That's just who you are. Deep down on the inside, you're like.
Yeah. It's getting very uncanny. Again,
there's not a single can in sight. I can't even.
like, and also I was like 16 when Slenderman was created. Like that's enough time for me to be forming my own stuff.
Your own corporeal form.
Right, yeah. It's not like when I was like 3 or something.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my god. On the 16th season of the crime drama TV series Law & Order Special Victims Unit, there's a Slenderman-inspired episode.
Oh my gosh, oh no.
I just saw 16 and I was like, whoa.
Oh, because you just said 16 and you control
Yes.
the internet because you're Slenderman. I see, yes. This makes sense to me.
I think, yeah, so
Do you have any complaints about the internet? Email Adam at findingmonsterright.gmail.dot.
Right, or you can message...
Please type that address into your Microsoft Outlook that opens up and see what happens. What if that's how you email Slenderman?
The Slenderman suit has given me another idea that I really would like to get into with you. A segment that I think you would be best hosting.
Okay.
I'm thinking about the Squatchelorette.
Squatchelorette. Ah, yep.
Yes, taking Slenderman out on a date. Matchmaking this monster.
Matchmaking a monster. Is Slenderman getting a rose? Let's find out.
Well, he's dressed for the show.
He is absolutely dressed for a date at all times. Although, would he have to dress up additionally or more?
You think he would have like a little what do you call it? A little rose on his shirt?
A little carnation. Oh well, he can't have that yet. He only gets that at the end of the segment. That's too many. Right. That's too many layers of fiction being crossed.
Hang on. Pause for a second here. How would we? How would Slenderman dress better? Like cufflinks, maybe?
I think maybe just cufflinks.
Yeah, like you can't see his belt. You can't.
When I say just cufflinks, I mean just cufflinks in addition to the suit he always wears. Just.
I would like to see a naked Slenderman pull that off.
I'd like to see any person wear just cufflinks. How do you do that? It goes into the cuff. I don't.
Oh man, imagine like cufflinks chainmail. That's a pretty.
Like just a bunch of cufflinks.
All I have is cufflinks.
This is going so.
That's what the tailor like wears eventually after he has enough Slenderman hauntings.
Adam, I really want to date Slenderman, so this is not you. Yeah. Not you though. That would be gross. But
right,
actual Slenderman. And right now we are going off the rails.
No, so let's get into the.
I demand at this point we focus on this episode. Maybe a hat is how we would dress up. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
And like a good hat, not like a dumb hat. All right.
It's not like a pirate hat.
Maybe like a bunch of fruit. Moving on. One of those hats that's just fruit. You know.
Yeah. Did you want to go into a full Squatchelorette?
Yeah. Squatchelorette. Well, okay. I mean, I think the nature of that would imply that there are more monsters, and I'm supposed to choose one?
I think it's more like, hey, on paper, like dating profile-wise, if you saw Slenderman show up, does he have all the benefits that would make you say, yes, please?
Well, he's...
I will swipe right on him.
Well, he's taller than me, which I like in dudes.
Yeah, he's also...
It's not realistic, because I'm pretty goddamn tall, but it's a plus. It's not a necessity. I want to clarify that. I think in the Paul Bunyan episode, that didn't come across. Just saying.
Right. He teleports a lot. Do you think he's available?
Constantly. Yes. Almost too available.
Good. That's a good point. No eyes.
No eyes. Is that a plus or a minus, though?
To me, personally, and a significant other, I think it's a minus.
You do.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of especially his symbolisms are very against eye contact.
What I'm imagining is that devoid of a face, most of his body language is going to involve his tentacles, and for some reason I do think that's really cute. Just like shrugging with tentacles that are wiggling.
Yeah, they're doing all the expressions.
That's adorable. I really like that.
when he's mad at you, he'll cross two of the tentacles over his chest, and he'll put the other two like on his hips.
He'll put the other two like over where his eyes would be to make like an angry eyebrow.
Oh, yeah, that's a. Oh, that's a. I'm seeing it now. I approve.
Yeah.
I think that a Slenderman that's like ready to mingle could definitely pull off some good is he creepy? Is he too creepy?
I mean, well, creepiness is. Are we talking about physically or
so it's
behaviorally?
I guess behaviorally.
Okay.
I think I don't know. He's available, but is he a stalker?
I think he.
If you eventually break things off with him, is he gonna go quietly?
No, I don't think so. No, that's not healthy. That's not good. I mean, wait. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure if you break up with Slenderman, he will be mad at you. I think he's mad at you for less human reasons than that.
Okay, right. He doesn't. Nothing about him says that he holds a grudge.
No. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing with him. I think his anger is not. I think slighting Slenderman is not a way to incite Slenderman's wrath,
Yes, his anger is just kind of like a part of him.
I think he's serving some kind of higher ideal. Maybe he has a boss. Maybe that's why he wears a suit. But
he would wear a suit if he was the boss.
Oh my god, he's wearing a suit. Why have I not already fucked him?
Okay, so it's sounding like he's he
Honestly,
gets a flat approval, right?
This is... Yeah... It really shouldn't be. I really do historically have awful taste in men, as well as women for that matter, and our non-binary pals, but... This gets a thumbs up. I think this segment is going to run into a problem that I am very starved for attention.
Well, perhaps we might have a bracket at some point.
Oh, yes, yes.
We take all the monsters that get roses.
We pick all... Oh, that's a whole episode, is a squat for
absolutely.
full starter.
Well, maybe once we get to 8 or something. So I think he's the first one in the ranks.
All right.
Yeah, the Slender Man. Hopefully a gentleman.
Why am I attracted to... Why am I this way? Yes.
I cannot help you with that.
I mean, years of therapy haven't, so I don't know why you would. Speaking of which, hey, we have another segment that's interesting here.
I was about to transition myself, let's do it.
Oh boy, you have no idea. Yep.
Therapist. So is Slenderman a therapist, a therapy animal, or needs therapy?
Yes. This is... I think we have talked about this before. This is not the first time we've done this segment, although I can't remember anything that happens on this scattershot show. But
we just did 3 episodes with no segments in a row.
We did, yeah, no.
And one of those was a 2-parter. But now, yes, we're back to the segment format, which I like. I loved all these segments.
I do. Yeah.
And we only do them when they apply, so it's not like we're forcing any of these. So, what do you... all right, I'm gonna... So, which of these 3 do you think applies to Slenderman?
Right, therapist, therapy animal, needs therapy. These are the 3 categories that we decided all Pokemon fit into.
I think, not therapy animal.
No, well...
I don't know a situation where he would make you feel comfortable or comforted, as a therapy animal might do.
Tongue bitten.
So
I think maybe therapist, because he's such a good listener, because he doesn't have a mouth.
Great listener, and he's there. He's attentive. And he also, he dresses the part.
And if someone's mean to you, he will just kill them. That's what I look for in a therapist.
They will do your dirty work.
Honestly, this is therapist in a very metaphorical sense, because ideally I don't think a romantic partner should function as a therapist. You shouldn't seek out a relationship when what you really need is therapy.
Yeah, I can
But
get behind that.
that said, I think emotional support is obviously the cornerstone of human relationships.
Also, kind of eliminating things here, needs therapy. I think Slenderman really, he knows what he's about.
I think he's really self-activated.
He's not he's not an uncertain monster.
He's wearing a suit. He's pretty confident.
Yeah. Which, small side here, but are there many uncertain monsters?
Like a werewolf, I bet.
Okay, yeah, sure. I just thought like maybe someone like Golem's and would be a uncertain.
Golem's a good monster to do, actually. We should do more franchise characters, because we've done...
Absolutely. Well, hey...
we sort of did the Xenomorph, and we did do King Kong.
We do plenty. But let's do that next time, too.
Mm.
So, yeah, do you not think that the Slenderman film was successful enough to warrant more?
The Slenderman film was not successful.
So, we have not yet solved the question at hand.
Right. Why is Slenderman wearing a suit, and how can I get him out of it?
Oh, no. How does... So, Slenderman's definitely... Oh, okay. We were talking about confidence a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
How Slenderman, he knows who he is.
Yep.
Perhaps the suit is part of that.
Yeah.
It helps him radiate confidence.
Well, I think this is what I was talking about earlier, kind of with the suit defines his identity. Self-confidence comes from identity.
Right. Yeah, and I like wearing a suit myself. Even for job interviews and stuff like that.
You're not allowed to be Slenderman anymore because now I have sexual tension with Slenderman. I've changed my mind about all the connective tissue between you two. That's gone. That's gone.
It's all coincidence, right?
All coincidence. Yeah. I mean, it was always all coincidence technically, so it's not that big a stretch. Speaking of big stretches, Slenderman.
Yes. I can definitely see his suit being a symbol of that kind of intense energy.
Mm-hmm.
And he, again, tailor-made.
Yep.
It's a guy that knows what he wants, and he's not wearing an ill-fitting suit. He doesn't feel bad about himself.
Yeah, that's true.
So he wears a suit to be more confident, and or maybe vice versa. It's a cycle. He's confident because he wears a suit.
That's I think that's healthy.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think Slenderman's healthy.
I think Slenderman's pretty mentally healthy.
Yeah, I think he, and perhaps, okay, is there an issue with him abducting people? I
mean, wow, I've really been trying to ignore that part.
We can totally ignore that part. Never mind. I'll
No. I mean, that part's not problematic in real life. I mean, that's not a real thing that happens, so that's fine to discuss. That I'm kind of looking at Slenderman through rose-colored glasses.
Oh, I see. So that his suit is now it's pink.
Right, no.
Right, he's got a pink shirt on.
Slenderman would be a lot less threatening if he weren't so monochrome.
You think so? Well, that's where the Splendor Man theory comes in, right?
Well, Splendor Man, what's that?
Splendor Man? You haven't seen it's it's Splenderman but colorful and happy.
Oh, it's lovely.
It's like a clown. He's like he's a real treat. Look at him.
Oh, that's horrible. I hate that. I've changed my mind. I googled it.
What, you don't like Splendor Man?
It's terrifying. I hate it. I hate it so bad. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole life. He's got the big old
happy face and
here's Splendor Man as a wolf, and that's not better. In fact, no, that's worse. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
All right, I got no rose for Splendor Man.
No rose for Splendor Man. No. I think everything about Slender Man is like...
Okay, so I have to follow up on the suit question. I would like to say, what would happen if Slender Man... he keeps those threads pretty clean.
Oh, he does. What's he look like on laundry day?
Yeah, or for a guy that spends a lot of time in the woods, he's never dirty, never disheveled.
I think maybe bacteria and biological organisms are repelled by his presence. I think he's naturally antimicrobial.
That could be it.
He's just 24/7 wearing the MeUndies of suits.
I want to say that this is not an inexpensive suit.
Right.
This is like we've discussed tailored. Now we're just talking about its cleaning properties. He is very, yeah. Which does Slenderman have a job?
Does Slenderman have a job?
Because in order to, he has a possession. He has possessions. His clothes.
He's in.
In order to have the,
He's
right?
in new media, is what I would say to my parents. And by which I mean he's physically inside new media, using it to abduct people.
And that makes sense. He's certainly like leeching off like Bitcoin or something somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, he's inside the internet and also the woods. The new internet.
Every now and then someone returns a package on Amazon Prime, and he's like the one that takes care of it because no one knows what happens to that stuff.
Right.
So yeah, okay. There's no trouble with him obtaining anything like that. So, I think, are we done here?
Well,
Have we cracked the case?
Well, I think we have some pretty solid theories. Let's do Monster Rehab. Slenderman is my boyfriend. Okay. Final rating place.
Final rating place where we give an arbitrary number to this arbitrary creature. Slenderman, in my book, is I say this often, but I like recent monsters a lot, almost as much as like long historic ones. This is a long recent one, so
got him.
Yeah, I'd definitely give him like an 8 out of 10. For the not for the yes, 8 out of 10. Because we gotta stick together. You gotta pat this guy's back. We're one and the same.
Look, we gotta discuss before I give him this rating. Like, how much abduction is too much in a relationship? Asking for a friend.
Well, I don't think there's no number to how much he abducts.
That's true.
So that number could be 0.
You know what? That's a good point. There's no way of knowing.
That number, yeah. So I think you have to give him a range based off what the number is.
Okay. If abductions between a 10 out of 10 and a 5 out of 10. Babe, listen, it's fair, okay? It's fine. Just go back to bed. Okay, I'm almost done with the podcast. Just love you too. Okay, bye. Sorry about that. That was just my dog.
Tune in next week when we tackle 8 simple rules for dating my Slenderman daughter.
That's not how that works.
No, it's not at all. But okay, thank you for joining us for another episode of Finding Monster Rights.
Another heavily edited episode. Finding Monster Rights.
Another episode full of monsters and mistakes.
Yep.
Tune in next time where we go into the woods and come out okay.
And where the mistakes might just be steaks.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Oh, sorry. My stomach was rumbling.